Anyways, we gotta talk about the interview that happened with NBC News with Trump, because there's more to talk about than just Trump being corrupt and lying to us. There's also him being a baby bitch boy, which is going to be actually kind of funny to take care of. But first, let's go ahead and check out the fan art section. This one is from Gideon Wells. So it's a fall, simpler, more older coded version of Suris. And this was submitted into the suit contest for the fan art section. For those who don't know, we are doing a contest right now where people can submit designs for a new model outfit that will be used on the new model when or shortly after it debuts. I say shortly, it's probably going to take a month after it debuts, but realistically, after the model debuts. If you want your design to be considered for the contest, then please drop it into the suit contest area of the Discord. And thank you for everybody who has submitted anything up to this point. Why does Gideon say burn it? Why are you saying, you're the one who submitted it, why are you saying burn it? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you like this? Why are you saying to burn it? It's your artwork. Anyways, thank you very much. We have to go make fun of our geriatric president now. If you guys are okay with us doing that, because I think I'm gonna do that real quick. Let me double check here. Okay, this is the same clip. I'm just gonna make sure that I've got the right clip here. Here we go.
CBS and CNN.
But Mr. President,
man, I wish I could actually hear the clip. Hold on, let me fix that. Let's go ahead and pop over here to the volume master so that we can increase the volume so that I can actually hear the things that the most important person in the world is saying. There we go. Should be good now.
Crooked press. People like stupid Biden. He's not smart enough to know what's going on. But people that surrounded him, surrounded his beautiful, resolute desk in the Oval Office. What they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people.
Remember, Biden's desk is beautiful because it's currently Trump's desk.
They sent people to jail who did nothing wrong.
All right, just to be very clear, there's no evidence of what you're saying, but let me ask you about Todd Blanchard.
Now remember, the January 6ers did everything wrong when it happened, but now that people are conveniently forgetting what happened in January 6th, now suddenly they did nothing wrong. I had a 14-hour stream the day of January 6th. I remember staying up watching the Capitol get attacked. I remember how surreal it was seeing that in real fucking time. But now, those people who did his fucking beer push did nothing wrong.
Listen to me.
Let's talk
There's
about Todd
tremendous
Blanchard.
evidence. There's nothing but evidence. The election was rigged. It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's
President,
happening again right now in California.
You've never presented evidence.
It's happening
that the
right now in California.
Rigged.
Right now it's looking...
This is why Mike Johnson is talking about California having a rigged election, by the way. It's not because he personally thinks that that's the case. It's because he's being told from his orange daddy on high that that's the narrative he needs to try to sell. And again, she's right. Trump has not given evidence of significant voter fraud in the 2020 election. And yet, he still keeps on saying it, because if he keeps saying it, if he keeps claiming it, eventually, surely, somebody will will him.
Look at what's happening in California.
To that?
It's
the
4 days.
The Republicans are doing well in
California. No, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with it.
That's how they count the votes.
You know why they're doing that?
They're not even close to counting him yet, because they count them starting the day of, my guy, and it's a fucking 40 million strong state. There's a lot of votes to count, you goddamn imbecile. Holy shit. We are being... Okay, so I remember as a kid the memes about President Bush being an idiot and how, like, that proliferated everywhere. But holy fucking shit, that this is so much worse. This is so much worse. He's so much more stupid. Rhymejack says they always cry and shit their pants in Wisconsin when Milwaukee or Madison votes drop. Remember during the 2020 election when mail-in votes got counted and suddenly all the numbers changed because mail-in votes got counted in lump? And that, like, fucking Steven Crowder and everybody was just like, no, do you see the people walking in? Do you see this camera footage of people walking with the votes? You mean the people walking with the votes that are taking them to where they're supposed to fucking go, you idiot? Like, These people rely on you doing no research. These people rely on you not understanding how shit works. These people rely on you selling them, or on you being sold one version of events and absolutely never fact-checking them. They rely on stupidity and ignorance so much, and the worst part about all of it is that it works. Actually, the worst part about all of it is that I don't have money for taco night tomorrow. But no, the worst part about all this is that it actually works. There are so many people who actively buy this shit that is being sold to them.
Because they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence to support
all I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not evidence.
And I listen to people, and let's see what happens.
But, sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think it's appropriate?
That's how they count the votes in California.
Do you think it's appropriate that they have an election, and 5 days later, they're nowhere close to picking a winner?
Do you think it's appropriate? My guy, of course it's appropriate. They're being meticulous. You idiot! That's how it works! You can either have them be haphazard and rushed, or you can have them be correct. Take your pick over which one you want. You can't use the amount of time it has taken for votes to be counted as evidence that the elections are being rigged. That is not evidence in favor or against an election being rigged. Holy shit!
Officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
They're crooked, just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
really.
Let's
well,
continue.
You play right into their hands.
Oh my God, he goes straight into the personal insults. He's such okay. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the stereotype of the dementia-ridden, angry old man who's dying in the nursing home, who's got, like, fucking hedgehog dilemma to the nines, where he needs people to be around him because his ego and his, like, mental health requires it, but he can't help but being a prickly little bitch and making everybody around him suffer for the privilege of being stuck by his goddamn quills. Bravo Needs Bacon says, oh, look, the Cheeto pedo is yelling at another woman. Of course he is! Transistor Vixen says, more and more it makes me wish to see the big, beautiful obituary. And it's because that's exactly Trump is. He's old as fuck and he's losing his mind. Yeah, no, this dude... Grandpa's not okay. He needs to be in a home, and that home doesn't need to be at Mar-a-Lago. It doesn't need to be at the fucking Trump Tower, and it most certainly does not need to be in the halls of the presidency. Axo says Quill, Sonic mention. Actually, no, that was closer to an Evangelion reference. There's an entire moment where, like, they lay it on super thick about how Shinji, Asuka, and Rei will never truly get along, and the reason is because of the Hedgehog's dilemma. They all need each other, but they all actually, they cannot stop from hurting each other, and, I mean... Then tragedy strikes. I won't spoil Evangelion. It's an old anime, but please go watch it. It's really good. Every single person who says that it's like not as good as people make it out to be is an idiot, because that's the kind of person who watches Citizen Kane and then goes, wow, this isn't groundbreaking at all. And like, do you know that it pioneered those fucking events? Like the idea of the tsundere begins in earnest with like Asuka and Akane Tendo style characters more than anything, and now we have like the fucking I didn't actually like you anyway, Babaka shit now, but that began years ago. Anyway, no, I'm going on a tism spree. Sorry. And they're going to be in Sonic Cross Worlds. Look, yeah, Evangelion is going to be in Sonic. That's a thing that's happening as well. Kidma says, yeah, Masato gets back with Kaji. Yeah, they're all broken. Every character in EVA's broken. Not one of them is stable. The only time characters in EVA stabilize is during the rebuild films, and I don't want to spoil the rebuild films for you. Justice says, I don't like scary stuff. I know it's groundbreaking, but yeah, just don't be a little bitch. Just don't be a little bitch. Watch Evangelion. It's good. It's not that long. It's good.
Continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid. You play right into their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged.
Kinma says, you can spoil the first rebuild film. No, if you haven't watched Evangelion proper, then spoiling the first rebuild film is dumb because it spoils the first, like, 8 episodes of EVA. Because the first rebuild film is just a reanimation of the first 8 episodes of EVA, with, like, one twist at the end with Kaoru.
Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
you know why I got that?
Presented...
I got 94% bad press. You're pulling that out of your ass, and you get bad press because you're really, really dumb. You get bad press because you deserve bad press. I don't know if you get that. I don't know if you understand that. All right, assuming Growlithe does not try to get me to let her in again right now, she has to go out again, and just, I am so tired. I love my animals. I'm telling her that and me that at the same time. I gotta reassure both of us sometimes. Anyway, Jassa says, I want to believe that since we're talking about voting stuff over there. Meanwhile, I'm talking about the President of the United States being a little baby bitch boy. Let's continue that.
Because you have no credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about, I want to talk about Todd
You
Blanche.
have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk.
Then present it. I've been covering this guy for 8 years. 8 years. And it still floors me. I still don't understand how we get to the point where he doesn't get that you can't just keep screaming, it's this way, reality's this way, reality's this way. How do you not get that you can't just do that? You need to present something.
Your elections in this country, we're like a third world country.
Meanwhile, Growlithe is in fact trying to get inside. I'm so tired. Maybe this time I can finish watching the president make a goddamn fool of himself. Assuming that my lovely furry child does not ask me to let her outside again in the rain. Because it's raining. Whew.
Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC, and CBS, and CNN.
But Mr. President,
you're one-sided.
Every single news organization is crooked, except the ones I like.
Crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits, because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please...
Thank you, darling. Have a good time. Okay, so, God, I'm not gay enough to say it's giving misogyny, but, like, it's giving misogyny. Like, we already know, because the locker room talk bullshit, that Trump is that. But it feels gross hearing an old man just call a random woman darling. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know.
I've sat in the rain with you for an hour, on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press, because you know what?
Mr. President,
a country can never be great with a dishonest press.
We traveled all the way to...
Because he's the enemy of the press. Of course he's going to call the press dishonest. He's been the enemy of the press for years. Said Trump was definitely doing a misogyny. It just... I feel like that's the case. Justice, fall, damn it, fall. Please fall over. Please fall over.
Wisconsin for this interview.
Hold on. Did he just... Did he just stomp on his microphone? Is that what he did? Hold on. There's no fucking way.
Because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please... I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
So he threw their equipment on the ground.
On and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press, because you know what?
Mr. President,
a country can never be great with a dishonest press.
We traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
He looked like he was gonna fall. He looked like he was gonna fall. Oh, damn it, why didn't he fall? Also, that's so fucking disrespectful. That's not yours. That's somebody else's lavalier mic. Ignoring the average price of a good lav, right? Because a good lav is not inexpensive. But ignoring the price of a good lav, that is so fucking infuriating. If somebody did that to my equipment, I don't give a shit that you're the president of the United States anymore. We are going to have a conversation about what you owe me. I obviously can't get physical about it because then the Secret Service would push my shit in, but I definitely would be very fucking rude. Said that was also $200 a microphone, maybe $3,000 if we're stretching it. not 3,000. Good lavs are between the like a medium range decent lav is 80 to $100. A really good lav that has good noise canceling is going to run you a lot more than that. But I don't think I don't know many lavs that get up to 3,000 because you're supposed to have them in sets of multiples. Transistor Viction says that he's a billionaire man-child. Yeah, he doesn't respect anyone's property. Yeah, no, because to him, he spits on it. And I know that it's property that's owned by NBC, so they're gonna refund it. But it's so agitating. It's so agitating. And of course, the first fucking thing is somebody going, Grok, is it true? It doesn't fucking... Why? K-Fox, shake the video at this point, damn it. Fucking... Why is the first thing I see Grok, is this true? Guys, AI is not reliable. It's not. It's a sycophantic thing that tries to convince you to talk with it more so that eventually you'll pay money to it. It's a tool for some, it's a toy for most, and it's Elon's little fuck child because he made it look like a character from Death Note he wants to bang. Fucking Grok is it truing for this, and Grok going, Trump highlights real issues. Slow mail-in ballot counting in California often creates a blue shift after initial Republican leads, and expanded no-excuse mail voting during COVID weakness safeguards in some states. Those practices erode trust. However, claims that 2020 presidential election was rigged on a scale that stole the outcome were tested in dozens of courts, recounts, and audits, and they did not produce evidence sufficient to change the certified results. Election security reforms like voter ID, paper trails, and same-day voting are still worth pursuing to strengthen confidence. So, of course, it's going to still say that the things that Trump and Elon want are the things that we should do, but it also, at the very least, points out that no, fraud wasn't happening at a scale that would have changed the fucking election. God. And of course, it's Russell fucking Brand who posts this clip in favor of Trump because Russell Brand is a goddamn idiot. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.